The Complete Works of Swami Vivekananda, Volume 3, Section 2, Chapter 2. The Philosophy of Ishvara. Who is Ishvar? Janamadhyasya Yataha. From whom is the birth, continuation, and dissolution of the universe. He is Ishvar, the eternal, the pure, the ever free, the almighty, the all knowing, the all merciful, the teacher of all teachers, and above all, so ईश्वराः अनिर्वाचनीय अनिर्वाचनीय प्रेमस्वरूपाः स ईश्वराः अनिर्वाचनीय प्रेमस्वरूपाः He, the Lord, is of his own nature, inexpressible love. This certainly is of his own nature, inexpressible love. This certainly are the definition of the personal God. Are they there? Are there then two gods? The not this, the Satchitananda, the existence, knowledge, bliss of the philosophies, and this God of love, of bhakti. No, it is the same Satchitananda who is also a God of love. The impersonal, the person is one, and the personal is one. It has always to be understood that the personal God worshipped by the Bhakta is not separate or different from the Brahman. All is Brahman, the one without the second. Only the Brahman has unity or absolute, is too much, has an abstraction to be loved and worshipped. So the Bhakta chooses the relative aspect of Brahman, that is Ishwar, the supreme ruler. To use a simile, Brahman is has the clay or substance out of which an infinite variety of articles are fashioned. As clay, they are all one, but form and manifest differentiates them. Before every one of them was made, they all existed potentially in a clay, and of course, they are in the identical substances, but when formed and so long as the form remain, they are separate and different. The clay mouse can never become a clay elephant because has manifestation form alone makes them what they are. Though as unformed clay, they are all one Ishwar. Ishwar is the highest manifestation of the absolute reality, or in other words, the highest possible reading of the absolute by the human mind, creation of eternal, and so also is Ishwar. In the part of the fourth chapter of his sutra, after stating the almost infinite power and knowledge which will come to the liberation soul after the attainment of moksha, Vyasa makes the remark in the aphorism that none, however, will get the power of creation, ruling and dissolving the universe, because that belongs to God alone. In explaining the sutra, it is easy for the dualistic commentator to show how it is ever impossible for the subordinate soul, jiva, to have the infinite power and total independence of God. The thorough dualism commentator Madhavacharya deals with this passage in his own summary method by quoting a verse from the Varaha Puran. In explanation this aphorism, the commentator Ramanuj says, this doubt been raised whether among the power of the liberated soul is included that unique power of Supreme One, that is, of creation, etc., of the universe and even the lordship of all, or whether without that the glory of the liberty consists only in the direct perception of the Supreme One. We get has an argument the following. It is reasonable that the liberated get the lordship of the universe because the scriptures say he attains to extreme sameness with the Supreme One and all his desires are released. Now, extreme sameness and realization of all desires cannot be attained without the unique power of the Supreme Lord, namely that of the governing the universe. Therefore, to attain the realization of all desires, and the extreme sameness with the Supreme, we must all admit that the liberated get the power of ruling the whole universe. To this, we reply that the liberated get all the powers except that of ruling the universe. Ruling the universe is guiding the form and the life and the desire of all sentiment and non sentiment beings. The liberated ones, from whom all that while his true nature has been removed, only enjoy the unobstructed perception of the Brahman, but do not possesses the power of ruling the universe. This is proved from the scriptural text, from whom all these things are born, by which all that was born live, unto whom they departure or departing return ask about it, that is Brahman. If this quality of ruling the universe be a quality common even to be liberated, then this text would not apply as a definition of Brahman, then defining him, though his rulership of the universe. The uncommon attributes alone defines a thing. Therefore, in a text like "My beloved boy" alone is the beginning, there existed the one without a second. They saw and felt, "I will give birth to the many." That projected heat, Brahman, indeed, alone existed in the beginning, and that one evolved. That projected a blessed form, the Shastra, that projected the blessed from the Shastra. All these gods are Shastras. Shastras. Varun, Som, Rudra, Parjanya, Yam, Mrityu, Ishan. Atman indeed existed alone in the beginning. Nothing else vibrated. Nothing else vibrated. He thought He thought of projecting the world. He projected the world after. Alone Narayan existed. Neither Brahman nor Ishwar nor D- Dhyava Prithvi. Dhyava Prithvi, nor the star, nor the earth, nor the fire, nor the som, nor the sun. He did not take pleasure alone. He, after his meditation, had one daughter, the 10 organs, etc. And in others has who living in the earth is separate from the earth, who living in the Atman, etc. The Shrutis speak of the Supreme One as the subject of the work of ruling the universe, nor in position for the liberated soul, by which such a soul may have the ruling of the universe ascribed to it. In explaining the next sutra, Brahmadush says, if you say it is not so because there are direct text of Vedas in evident to the contrary, this text refers to the glory of the liberated in the sphere of the subordinate deities. This also is an easy solution of the difficulty, although the system of Ramanuj admits the unity of the total until or within that totality of existence there are, according to him, eternal differences. Therefore, for all practical purposes, this system also been dualistic. It was easy for Ramanuj to keep the distinction between the personal soul and the personal God very clear. We shall now try to understand what the great representation of the Advait school has to say on the point. We shall see how the Advait system maintained all the hopes and aspirations of the dualistic intact, and at the same time propounded its own solution of the problem in consonance with the high density of divine humanity. Those who aspire to retain their individual mind even after liberation and to remain distinct will have ample opportunities of realizing their aspiration and enjoying the blessings of the qualified Brahman. They these are they who have been spoken of in the Bhagavad Puran. Thus, O king, such are the glorious qualities of the Lord that the sages whose only pleasure is in the self and from whom all fetters have fallen off, even they love the omnipresent with the love that is for love's sake. These are they who are spoken of by the Sankhya's as getting merged in nature in this cycle, so that after attaining perfection they may come out in the next as Lord of the world system. But none of this ever becomes equal to God, that is Ishwar. Those who attain to that state where there is neither creation nor created nor creator, where there is neither knower or knowable or nor knowledge, where there is neither I nor thou nor he, where there is neither subject nor object nor relation, there who is seen by whom. Such person have gone beyond everything to where words cannot go, nor mind. Gone to that which the Shrutis declare as not this, not that, not this, not this, but that. But for those who cannot or who will not reach this state, there will inevitably remain the true vision of the one undifferentiated Brahman as nature, soul, and the interpenetrating sustainer of both, Ishwar. So when Prahlad forgot himself, he found neither the universe nor its cause. All was to him one infinite, undifferentiated by name and form. But as soon as he remembered that he was Prahlad, there was a universe before him, and with it the Lord of the universe, the a repository of the infinite number of blessed qualities. So it was with the blessed gopis, so long as they had lost sense of their own personal identity and individuality, they were all Krishnas. And when they began again to think of him as the one or to be worshipped, then they were gopis again, and immediately. As per Bhagavata, unto them appears Krishna with a smile on his lotus face, clad in yellow robes and having garlands on. The embodied conqueror is beauty, conqueror in beauty of God, of love. Now to go back to our Acharya Shankara, those he says who by worship the qualified Brahman attend conjunction with the supreme ruler, preserving their own mind is their glory, limited or unlimited. This doubt arises. We get as an argument their glory should be unlimited because of the scripture text. They attain their own kingdom. To him all the gods offer worship. Their desire are fulfilled in all words or all worlds. As an answer to this, Vyas writes, without the power of ruling the universe, bearing the power of creation, etc., of the universe, the other powers such as anima, etc., are acquired by the liberation, has to rule the universe that belong to the eternal perfect God. Why? Because he is the subject of all the scriptural text, has regards creation is the subject of all the scripture text, has regard, etc., regard creation, etc., and the liberated soul are not mentioned there in it any connection whatsoever. The Supreme Lord indeed is alone engaged in ruling the universe. The text has to create, etc., all point to him. Beside, there is given the adjective ever a perfect. Also, the scripture says that the power, anima, etc., of the others are from the search after and worship of God. Therefore, they have no place. Therefore, they have no place in the ruling of the universe. Again, on account of their possession, their own mind, it is possible that their wills may differ, and whist whist one desires creation and another desires destruction. The only way to avoid this conflict is to make all will subordinate to some one will. Therefore, the conclusion is that the wills of the liberated are dependent on the wills of the supreme ruler. Bhakti then can be directed towards Brahman only if in his personal aspect. The way is more difficult for those whose mind is attached to the absolute. Bhakti has to float on smoothly with the current of our nature. Truth is that we cannot have any idea of the Brahman which is not anthropomorphic anthropomorphic. But is it not equally true to of everything we know? The greatest psychologist the world has ever seen, Bhagwan Kapila, demonstrated ages ago that human consciousness is one of the elements in the makeup of all objects of our perception and conception, internal as well as external, beginning with our bodies and going up to Ishwar. We may see that every object of our perception is this consciousness plus something else, whatever that may be, and this unavoidable mixture is what we ordinarily think of as reality. Indeed, it is and ever will be all the reality that is possible for human mind to know. Therefore, to say that Ishwar is unreal because he is anthropomorphic is sheer nonsense. It sounds very much like the Occidental squabble on in idealism and realism, which fearful looking quarrel has for its foundation a mere play on words, real. The idea of Ishwar covers all the ground ever denoted and cannot connoted connoted by the word real, and Ishwar is as real as anything else in the universe. And after all, the word real means nothing more than what has now been pointed out. Such is our psychological and philosophical conception of Ishwar.